Welcome to the Busy Pipeline AI framework, a system that is designed to help you get a minimum of 100 appointments each month. You made a great choice by stopping by and taking the time to check this out because this is going to be an absolute game changer for you, all right? But before we get into this, I want to make this very clear, all right? If you are a salesperson and you do not have, you can't really handle a minimum of 100 appointments currently, I highly recommend you just click off this video, or you can watch the video, but please do not take the next step, all right? Because this is only for sales reps that have the resources to be able to take at least 100 appointments a month. If you can't do that, I highly recommend you just click off and maybe watch this video in the future when you are able to have enough volume. My mission with the Busy Pipeline AI framework is to help every salesperson to fill their pipeline up with qualified prospects that are actually interested and are able to buy what they have to sell. I've been in the trenches myself and I know how it feels to have an empty calendar, right? For those of you who don't know, I do own a solar sales company. I do have sales reps, and I can tell you I know exactly how it feels like to not have enough appointments, to not have enough, volume in your pipeline, right? Having a dry pipeline is close to meeting the devil. That's what Grant Cardone said. It's actually one of my favorite quotes. Having an empty calendar, it's like meeting the devil, something like that, right? I really like that because I can relate to that, right? I do have sales team. I do take sales calls myself, so I really know how it feels like to have an empty calendar. So many times I see sales reps come to me and they say, yeah, I want to change my industry because this is not working for me. I need to make more money. But it really comes down to making sure your pipeline is filled up, right? Because if you have an empty pipeline, if your calendar is empty, you're really not going to have enough people to talk to. And if you don't talk to people, you're really not going to make commission, right? You're not going to make money in this game, right? So having a pipeline that is filled up with qualified prospect is actually what should be your mission as a salesperson, regardless of what you sell, right? If you don't have enough appointments, enough leads coming in, it doesn't matter how good your product is. It doesn't matter what you sell. If you don't have people to talk to, you're going to hate what you're selling because you're going to feel like it's not working. But really, it just comes down to you not having enough people to talk to. That's why I built the Busy Pipeline AI framework to help you solve this problem, to help you get enough appointments, to make sure your pipeline is filled up with qualified prospects. Just to tell you a little bit of what we're going to be getting into right now, in the Busy Pipeline AI framework, we have 3 ways where we get appointments, and they are all effective, right? And just from one of them alone, we're currently averaging 1,500 appointments in a month. Of course, this is not just for me. This is for my sales team, for the sales team, and for the sales company that work with us. We currently averaging 1,500 appointments combined just from one source alone, and we have 3 sources of actually getting appointments. So let's get into this. We're gonna be starting with my favorite because it's almost free and very effective. Let's get into it, guys. You're gonna be amazing, and at the end of this, you're gonna be surprised. You're gonna wonder how you've been surviving without the Busy Pipeline AI framework. Let's get into it, guys. All right, all right. The Busy Pipeline AI framework, and this is built for salespeople and for salespeople that are able to handle volume. So I talk about getting started with my favorite, which is the AI code calling agent, right? I know, when I talk about cold calling, you may be thinking, it's all about getting a list of prospects and hard calling them and barely getting any response, let alone book an appointment. But that's entirely different, right? From how we get the leads to how we contact them and qualify them and eventually book them is actually mind blowing, right? You don't have to do anything by yourself. It's all automated. And we're going to get into that in a minute. So what this basically does is that it automatically dial, script, and imported leads, right? You don't have to do any of this manually. It engages in natural conversation to qualify the prospect, and it passes interested and qualified leads to you or your sales team. For those of you guys that want to invest in this tool so your sales team can have unlimited appointments. So if we go to my software, this is my software, agent.busypipeline.com. And if you take a look at the left side where my cursor is, you're going to see where it says leads finder, right? So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to, let's get some leads for, let's say, IUL insurance, right? So I'm going to come here, and we have actually ways we use to target businesses, right? So when we want to run insurance ads, or we're running campaign for insurance and we want to get insurance campaign, we don't just run random ads. We target specifically based on industries, right? We could target lawyers, basically high income earners, right? Because we know they have the finance to, invest in IUL and stuff like that. It depends. We have different strategies for different industries. So for, let's say, I'm going to go for doctors. Or let me go for lawyers. And in what city? Let's go for Los Angeles. And then you can actually get, large batch 200 or no limit, unlimited. And you can click on this and we click on start discovering, right? So this is going to scrape data of lawyers in Los Angeles and we can contact them, we can cold call them and sell them IUL. This is like you don't have to do all this by yourself. It's all automated, right? You can see the leads are coming up. The leads are coming up with the basic details that we need for the AI to basically start the conversation. So yeah, here it goes. You see it's counting on the left side here where it says results, 9, 10, and when it's done, I'm just gonna stop this because I don't need the leads. I'm gonna stop this and you can actually add to lead list or you can export it as a CSV file, right? So this is how it works. You just come here, target, script the list that you want and have the AI call the list and book appointments for you. It's crazy how it works, right? So it automatically dials script leads and it engages in natural conversation. For those of you that want to listen to the AI, how it actually qualifies and communicate with the leads, you can just come down here you can go to the site, busypipeline.com/agent hyphen demo, and you can have a conversation with the code calling agent. You can throw as many objections as you want. It's going to handle your objection, right? Just give it a shot, right? This is for IUL, roofing, solar apartment, etc. You can just come here, click on it, and it's gonna give you a call, and you guys can have a conversation. It's gonna call you like a prospect basically, and you can see how it handle it. Like I don't even have to talk much about this. Just come here to busypipeline.com/agent and demo, and you're gonna be able to have a live conversation with this agent, right? So that's that for the AI code calling agent. This is so mind blowing. Off of this alone, we currently getting 1,500 appointments. Just like I told you in the beginning of this video, we're getting 1,500 booked appointments every month. This is including from our sales team for the people that are using the software. Basically, like we averaging 1,500 appointments a month off of this alone. All right, this is crazy. It's unbelievable what it does, right? So that's that for the AI code calling, which is basically my favorite because you can literally just get started. It's almost free, right? That's why I love it. And then the next up, we have the paid ads plus AI inbound agent, right? So basically, what this does is that we launch targeted ads campaign to generate fresh leads for you, right? This is you don't have to be paying, monthly retainers and stuff like that. No, this is like it comes with the software, right? So we launch targeted ads to, generate leads for you. Just so you know, we've spent at least $5 million on lead generation ads alone in multiple industries, right? So we have a lot of data, we have a lot of, proof of concept that we use. So we know what works in each market, right? So we launch targeted ads and every new lead that comes in gets synced to our AI inbound agent, to our software, the Busy Pipeline tool that you see right here. And then it calls the lead. The AI agent, we have AI agents that call inbound leads, and the agent call qualifies and book the lead straight to your calendar, right? Let me show you a live example because I like to just show you guys exactly how it works. I'm going to blow out some of these things. As you can see here, this is one of our Facebook ads, right? This is specifically for solar. And as you can see, it says opportunity created and it says a new stage, right? So you can see the time the new lead came in. The lead came in by 12:56 p.m. Pacific time. And then by, let me see here. And then by 1 p.m., it became an appointment, right? So by 12 by 12:56, the lead, this is just within a few minutes, right? So a new lead came in and the AI agent called the lead immediately. That's how it works. This is actually the advantage it has compared to having you call the leads or having call center agents call the leads. These guys are slow, but with the AI, look, if a lead comes in by 1 a.m., it's giving it a call, right? Because if the lead have the timing to fill out the form, then they should be able to pick up the phone. That's how I decided to set it up. I have a lot of people tell me, why would you want to call people by 12, 1 a.m.? I'm like, if they fill out my form, I don't care what time they fill out the form. They want information and I'm gonna give it to them, right? So that's what the AI do for me. It works 24 hours, 7 days a week on Christmas Day, New Year, whatever. It doesn't matter what day it is. It's working, it's active, it's booking appointment, right? So a new lead comes in and it calls the leads immediately. And you can get the transcript of the leads. You can basically listen to the recording. I have the recording here, and you can also listen to the notes and see basically what a summary of how the call went, right? So you can just read these. AI agent Ruby successfully pre-qualified for program by verifying her address, confirming home ownership, and noting her energy bill, and basically like it just qualifies the leads, right? So you don't have to do all of these tasks by yourself. Let me show you another one. Other one, as you can see, the lead came in, opportunity created by 4:37 p.m. And by, let me scroll down a little. And by 4:41, again, within a few minutes, it became an appointment, right? It booked the appointment for 7 p.m. As you can see, this is how it works, right? A new lead comes in and immediately it calls it. If the lead doesn't respond, it sends a text and it keeps calling the lead until the lead answers the call, right? This is how it works. So we barely miss out on any lead. It's just mind blowing, right? And also, you get the call recording and a summary of the call. The AI successfully pre-qualified user for an appointment by confirming his address, home ownership. Basically, it just qualifies the leads and book the lead as an appointment. That's pretty much how it works, right? So you really never miss out on any lead. Every dollar you spend on ads is 100% worth it, right? So this is a system that combines both cold calling and inbound and outbound leads all together, just to make sure it keeps your calendar filled up with qualified appointments. This is why I'm able and confidently guaranteeing a minimum of 100 appointments based on past results and stuff like that, right? So next up we have the DRC, which is basically database reactivation campaign, right? And the way this works is that, if we all have old leads. If you've been in business, if you're a salesperson, there's no way you're not gonna have past, like you just have leads sitting in your database, in your spreadsheet folder, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, if you're a salesperson, you should at least have some customers in the past or some prospects that eventually didn't convert, but you still have them and you're not reaching out to these people, right? So what the database reactivation campaign does is that it engages with old leads through SMS, email, or chat, WhatsApp, Messenger, basically like different sources, even phone calls, just to make sure we bring them back, right? It's basically turning old leads into new opportunity, right? So it follows up with them before and after the appointment. It keeps them warm, nurture them. If there's no show, it follows up again. It basically re-engage with cold prospect. If you have leads coming, even if you talk with a prospect and they eventually didn't convert, after some time they become cold. The DRC campaign, database reactivation campaign that we launch, is going to bring them back and basically convert old opportunity into new opportunity for you. All right, that's pretty much how it works, and it's very effective as well. You don't have to miss out on old leads. So if I should see an example of this, so this is an example of the database reactivation campaign, right? So we just reach out, we send offers. I have the customer's details on here, so I wouldn't really want to show it. So we just send new offers. We have like a process that we follow to do this, and this is not something you have to do. It comes with the framework. It comes with the tool that we sell into you, right? So yeah, we send them automated, conversations, WhatsApp, email, SMS, phone call included, and we basically try to bring old leads back, right? So as you can see, this person, we've been having a conversation with them, and then they ask, will the company repair the roof? And then we told them yes, and this is basically how it works, right? So we just have all these conversations going on without us or anyone having to do this by themselves, right? The benefit of having this going on automated by AI is that you really never miss out on any opportunity, right? There's no way any human is going to be way more active than these systems that we've built. There's just no way. You can't do that, right? Though these guys, these robots, as I like to put it, are way faster than any human you can possibly think of. All right. So the next step for you right now is that if you like what you see and you wanna have any questions, if you want to see how this works in real time, just reach out to me on social media, or you can, I'm going to include the link to my team's calendar on this post, so you can maybe book a call and hop on a call with one of us, and you can see exactly how this works. All right. If you have any questions, just let me know. And also don't forget to check this out, the Busy Pipeline, just so you can have a conversation with the code calling AI agent that we built. And if you have any questions, guys, just reach out to me directly. I'm always happy to help. My DMs are open. And yeah, have a great day.